Hello and welcome to the Good Boy Podcast, the monthly dog storytelling podcast. I'm your usual host, Ilya Alexeyev, but this episode we're going to do something a little different. So I'm here with previous guest, Leanne. Hello, Leanne.
Hello.
And you came up with this cool, interesting idea once you found out about what we're going to talk about. And why don't you go ahead and take the wheel?
I didn't like that, Ilya. This is just a puppy to puppy owner intro. This is a puppy to puppy takeover by Leanne Young.
Leanne Young is hijacking the podcast. So she's like, hey, you got a new dog. Spoiler for this episode. Why don't I talk to you and do it and kind of flip the script a little bit? And I was like, that sounds like a great idea. Boom, here we are, recording.
I know you want to talk about your dog all the time. So now you're having the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, I've never
tell everyone.
I've never talked about my dog before.
Yeah, I know. This will be brand new for you. It'll be so weird. Tell everyone all the stories about your new puppy dog.
Yes.
All right. His name is Jojo for everyone who hasn't seen or heard. And that's literally all I know about your dog.
Well, you're supposed to know that he's adorable.
No.
Yes.
What kind of dog is
he? 1 month and 10 days ago, my family had the pleasure of adopting a new dog. In late November, our beloved longtime friend Mikey left us, and so we were left dogless. And that maybe seemed kind of not seem out of place for most people, but that was something new for me. So there was a few weeks, which is a short amount of time in the grand scheme, but it felt like a long time because it was something that was so different for me, but was kind of left without a dog. And myself and my family, we love dogs, we love animals, and I don't live by myself, so I cannot make all the decisions by myself. And so we decided that we would just, in the meantime, not have a dog. That was really challenging. I talked about in the previous episode, so if you didn't listen to that one, please listen to that one. If you want a sad episode. I did cry, no joke. So we were just kind of left, okay, well, what do we do? And so we kind of looked around. We were trying to figure out what we wanted. Do we get a senior dog? Do we get a puppy? Like, we have 2 cats, and so we have to get a dog who works with cats. And so we were thinking, I was like, I like German Shepherds. We could look at those. And so we were kind of just looking around. And then we saw a listing from my local SPCA, Peninsula Humane Society. And it was kind of a vague, but it said puppy available. It didn't have very much information. And there's this cute little puppy. We emailed. We got some information. And it was for this at the time 4-month-old puppy named Jojo, who is a Rhodesian Ridgeback Shepherd mix. That's what they told us. And me personally, I was just like, I just need to meet a dog, and if I like him, like, that's good with me. So I had whatever worked for everyone else will work for me. And so we saw this adorable dog. I had heard Rhodesian Ridgebacks before, but he is the cutest dog ever. His color is called red wheaten, and so it kind of looks orangey. And then his back, it's kind of mixed with like black and gray. So he's got a short coat. He actually kind of looks like a lab sometimes. But he is currently 5 months and 11 days. And every day is a journey.
Did you know your dog was originally bred to kill lions?
I did know. Well, it's kind of... they're bred to track lions.
Okay, yeah, fine. Hunt large game, including lions. It's pretty
I
cool.
did learn that post adoption.
Did you Googled it?
Yeah, because I didn't know much about them, so I was like, what's up with them?
Yeah, I thought he looked kind of like a lab. That's what my guess would have been,
Yeah,
which is what your old dog Mikey was,
yeah,
right?
he was a black lab.
Yeah.
I gave a big info dump. He's 5 months. He's when we adopted him, he was 24 pounds, grown since then, but we haven't weighed him. He hasn't gone to the vet since we've adopted him, so I don't know how much he weighs.
How was the adoption process?
So
Was it easier for you?
we're in the pandemic. We scheduled an appointment. First, talked to a person there, just some background information about him. So he had been there for just a little bit. This guy found him on his property, I believe, or his neighbor's property. Took him to him and his sister to the Humane Society. Nobody claimed him, and so he became up for adoption. So we just had to talk to the person there for a bit, and then we got to meet him, and that was where, like, I don't want to say things changed, but where the happy parts started happening. So they have this like indoor meeting room, and it's got like fake grass inside, and it's like pretty big. That was like the first time we saw him, and so we're just kind of standing there waiting for them to get him. And the woman opens the door, and he comes running, and he comes running straight to me first. And I was like, "We're getting this dog already." I was already convinced. My brother claims I was blocking him, but I was not blocking
I believe
him.
that.
It was just
You're the type of
I was
person
not
who would
blocking
definitely
him.
block somebody for like a dog.
So
Yeah.
these are false accusations. These are false. He ran up to me and jumped on me, and I was like, "This is great." And then we just got to spend I don't know how long with him, but we were convinced pretty early on that we were ready. We'd never had a dog that young before, but he was just wild. I mean, just adorable, like going crazy for all the toys, jumping on us, really friendly, really squishy. So I actually wanted to read the listing that they had for
Okay.
him on the website, or that they sent us. This is Jojo. He is a 4-month-old Shepherd mix. He is extremely high energy, happy-go-lucky, loves to play all the time boy. Weird
Yeah, that one,
sentence. He is very smart and knows a good sit. He is very rambunctious and just loves to play and gets your attention and lots of pets. The special thing about Jojo's is he can make anything into a toy.
that sounds like he's gonna destroy your house.
Well, he hasn't yet. Uh, but we'll get into that. And so the lady, the volunteer there, she gave us some time to just spend with him. I, as I was just thinking about it and kind of preparation for this, the note I wrote was like first day euphoria, and I think the best way to describe it is like an hourglass of happiness being turned the other side, where just losing the dog, our previous dog, just being in a pandemic, just other personal things that me and I'm sure everyone just regular feels like it was like a tough time. Like I remember like before we get to him, just like going back and listening to some old music I hadn't listened to a while, just as kind of like some like comfort food musically. But it just felt like I could like feel like as Popeye gets angry, like that was me just becoming instantly happy. Like because it was just like this crazy puppy who had all this energy. Like he doesn't know anything that's going on in the world or in anybody's life. He's just happy. Is jumping on us, licking us, like everything you'd want to see in a puppy. And I was like, it was just a no brainer for us. Like we're like, yes, like this is just obvious. Yes,
So did you get to take him home that day, or did you guys just get to play with him for a little bit?
we did. We got to take him home that day, and so there's just some paperwork we had to fill out or whatever, and we got to take him, and then so that leads to like a funny thing because my older brother doesn't live with us anymore, and we decided we were not going to tell him we were getting a dog. So he just like us loves dogs, but we did not tell him that we were getting a dog. And he had actually texted me to like hang out, and I was like, yeah, I just woke up from a nap. Like that's literally what I told him. Like as we were like waiting, finished the like paperwork and everything, and then we are like driving back, and like yeah, head on over. And so it timed out perfectly where we had pulled up. We brought him through the side gate into the backyard. He was like running around and stuff, and then just literally like 2 minutes later, my brother came, and my dad kind of had him go through the back. My dad's like, oh yeah, we're out back, and this is beginning of December, so it's like chilly. It's not like 75 and we're chilling. Like it's kind of odd that we would do that. Brother's just like, what? You got a dog? And then he was just taking pictures to send his fiance while he's
Was he like, for me? Can I take it home? Thanks, you guys.
well he wanted he my brother likes the dog, but his fiance, he's too big for his fiance.
Oh, Elia, slow down.
He was happy, and I was happy that the timing worked out perfectly. Obviously, I was happy that we got the dog, and it just like euphoric. It was just speaking of like positive light, like kind of like reminder, like everything will be all right. That was kind of like the first like day. That night we didn't quite know where he would sleep, and so we put the dog bed in my room, and he actually went on it and was just kind of sitting on it. And I just remember staring at him before like going to bed, and I started tearing up. I was like, this is just so great. And it's like he doesn't like he's so innocent, like he's just so happy. Like he has no idea anything that any of us have been going through this year, like just with the pandemic, between anyone's just regular personal challenges. And so it's just like this is great.
Yeah, most dogs don't like to watch the news. It's more like Disney movies and stuff from what I found. But that's pretty funny because you staring at your dog, like your puppy, and you're thinking all of that. When I got my puppy and I was staring at him, I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, I'm gonna have to freaking take care of a freaking animal. You definitely are like a good puppy owner.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's very cute.
So now to the challenging parts. He's very playful. He's very bitey and ripped part of my shoe. He's ripped up part of my jeans. He always tears at my shirts while trying to play. And so that's been like the challenge, the overall kind of challenge. Our first initial challenge was potty training because he was not potty trained. So
oh, really?
Fortunately, he was neutered, so we didn't have to worry about that front. He wasn't potty trained, and so I believe it was like one of the first days. I wake up, I get out of bed, go down my little hallway to the bathroom, and I definitely kicked something. And I instantly knew what it was.
Oh, God.
It was some poo-poo. I stepped in some poo-poo.
I feel like you have this story all the time. Like, this is just your story with dogs. Come on, dude.
Another poo-poo story was the regular headphones that I wear. I have a nice pair of headphones. They've got foam cushioning. And I'm someone who goes physically to work during this pandemic. And so one day I left my door open, and then I find my headphones on the ground, the foam padding ripped up, and then there's some poop on them as well.
Nice.
I was like, oh, cool. Thanks, Jojo. That was kind of like small challenges. It took a couple weeks, but he got potty trained. He's really smart. I'm really excited about that. He only knew sit before we got him. In just a few weeks, we taught him shake and down, and he kind of knows come, not really. Like he knows it, but he's not consistent at it. And we taught him hug.
Aww.
He loves hug. It goes from just jumping on you, and then he starts biting your hand. That's his favorite. So I want to teach him more. He actually...
Yeah, I taught my dog to roll over today, so you should catch up.
Well, your dog's older than mine, and you've had yours longer.
Yeah, but whatever. He's a baby.
Mine's a baby. He still has his baby teeth.
I know. Well, that's the thing, like with puppies. So Waylon is probably getting close to like 11 months now, and he's finally kind of out of the stage of like nipping. So you have a while to go for like the biting and stuff, but that's a puppy thing. Like he'll probably get over that pretty soon.
Yeah,
it's just painful.
It's not because he doesn't like me.
Well, I mean, he probably doesn't like you,
Uh,
but it's just a puppy
excuse
thing.
me, he loves me. So, as I mentioned, I have to go to work in person right now. And when I come home, he comes running down and he'll jump on me and like be uncontrollably happy and start licking me. And he's so happy to see me. And it's like, I want like a film crew there to capture it because it's like such this like moment. Like yesterday, he was out back. I get home, I open the back door, and then I call him, and he runs, and he's just so happy to see me. And it's just like all the poop, all the peeing, all of that is worth it. It's worth it.
For like 5 minutes, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh, you're so annoying," right? Because that's how I am.
Well, it's a he has gotten better about the biting, but now what he does, he just pulls out like my sleeves, and wow, Waylon, way to ruin the
I
podcast.
know. You should start hunting. Now that you have a hunting dog, you should just like start hunting lions.
Yeah, because there's so many lions nearby in California that I'll definitely get on that.
You never know. You could travel and you don't even have to leave the country. You could find one of those Tiger King preserves. I'm sure the security is like really lax and like I bet it's pretty easy to get in.
Yeah, yeah, I could probably just wear like a pizza guy outfit and be like, pizza.
Yeah. Just act like like a flamboyant pizza guy and just show up
Why
and
do
they'll
I,
be like, "Oh, come on
why
in."
do I have to be flamboyant pizza guy?
Well, it'd just be funnier that way.
Okay.
Then like that, then they won't ask questions. They're like, "Why do you have a lion hunting dog with you?" And you're like, "Oh, no worries. I'm just a happy pizza guy."
That's funny that you mentioned lions because we do have a cat and the dog is obsessed with the cat. I just think of it as like this is the closest thing he has to a lion that he has to track. It's just one of the cats.
Yeah, I bet he won't hurt the cat. He likes the cats, right?
He loves them, so he wants them to chase him. So he like jumps up and
Oh,
down, and so they'll like scratch at him, they'll claw at him. But then he learned that from them, so he'll do it to them. Like he purely wants to play. Like he is so playful. That's all he wants to do.
oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's why I say he's the cutest dog in the world. Like he's
Well, that's not true, but
yeah he has the medal already. We
yeah, but so
we
you
had
run
we had
a Instagram site for dogs and you post super, I haven't seen one picture of Jojo on your Instagram. I feel like
because
I feel like you're ashamed of him.
I was saving them for when I did an episode about them
Well, there you go. You're
because
welcome.
I have tons of great pictures. I've shared a few on my personal one, but I've got better pictures that I haven't shared yet.
How is it taking pictures of him? Is he like an easy dog to take photos of?
Most of how it happens is we'll go outside, he'll start running around, and I'll try to take pictures of him. He'll kind of sometimes he likes being chased. So I'll start kind of chasing him for a little bit. Sometimes I don't have to get that close to him. Sometimes I just kind of go like and put my arms up like very enthusiastically, and that usually does the trick. And so then I'll just like kneel down really quick and try to take pictures. So I'll try to take tons of pictures, but then the only challenging part is he'll run straight at me, like at the camera, like and then jump on me. So I have plenty of pictures of him like right there. Just I think I have a video too of him just like charging at me.
Attacking.
He's not attacking.
Is he gonna get really big?
So his breed gets around. They said he'll get like 75 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
he's so there was 24 when we got him. Jojo, when we got him, he came with this light blue collar, and everyone who I showed a picture of him called him Scrappy Doo. And I was like, he looks like that, but I don't want Scrappy Doo. That's not my dog. And so, fortunately, he outgrew the collar that he had before, and so now he doesn't have that collar. But now he has a harness. Now he has a non-light blue, so he's not Scrappy Doo, he's not Scooby Doo. He can just be himself, not have to worry about that. And the harness has made a big difference already because he loves to jump at cars. Like that's another one of his
Oh,
challenges. He'll sit for a bit. Like they must have trained him to like sit when he hears a car, but he can't help himself right now. So That's like the challenge of trying to like break that habit of jumping out the cars with him.
Maybe he just thinks they're like hippos or something, like running, and he's like, "You got it. It's right here. Go get it. Go shoot it." You know, because he's like he's in his brain. He's just like still in Africa, like hunting. But he's never been there, but he just knows.
Yeah, he just knows. Well,
He's
actually,
like,
how
"There's
do
an
you know he
elephant."
hasn't been there? Maybe he has. As a
Yeah, I
little
doubt
teeny.
with COVID, he got a passport to go to
He's a
Africa.
dog. He doesn't need a passport. If I'm
Yes,
wor-
they
if I'm
do.
if I'm working at an airline, like, oh yeah, sure, this random puppy on its own can just go on the plane. Why not?
He just travels on his own. They were like, "Yeah, I don't know how I got here, but he had a
Yeah, he's
passport."
got a little beret for when he was in France. Like,
Yeah.
um, what was I saying? I said the harness. Scrappy Doo.
He has two black eyes, huh?
They're brown. His eyes. Oh yeah, it looks
Uh,
like he wears makeup.
it looks like you punched him in the face a few times. That's what it
I've
looks
never
like.
done that. I do not condone violence on anybody or any
Like, why
creature.
does your dog have black eyes, Ilya? And you're like, he just doesn't listen. I don't know. What else do you do with puppies?
That is slander. That is made up. I would never do that. It does look like he wears makeup. Maybe he's into Panic at the Disco. I don't know. How,
You could give him some eyebrows.
he does. He does. He has like eyebrows. Like you'd have to like. They need to be like filled in though, because like you have to look close. But that's the thing too is he's still wrinkly and like still has all that extra like I don't know what do you call it puppiness. Let's call it that. All that skin he hasn't grown into yet.
Yeah, like he's just squishy and kind of like
He's so squishy,
weird.
and he's not weird. It's just like perfect. Like he loves to just jump on the bed and just like jump on me. Oh, that's the other thing. One of the best ways to be woken up is to have a puppy just like lick your face. Like that is like to me that was like
I disagree. It's gross.
delightful way to wake up. Well, he didn't
Ugh.
bark. He wasn't like destroying something. It was sweet, and so he doesn't. He took his bed away for a little bit because he was kept biting it. So he's been kind of sharing a bed with me, and so he'll like jump. He wakes up early, so he'll jump on me, wake me up. But his paws don't feel heavy. Like he's still small, so it's like it's not like a like ugh like when he jumps on me.
My dog's paws are huge, and he puts all his weight in his feet. That's what it feels like. Yeah.
How heavy is Waylon? Do you think, or do you know?
Last time we weighed him, he was 40 pounds, and I think he's probably done growing. He might get fatter, but
Fatter, not
well,
muscular.
have you ever looked at healers? Some of them are like bowling balls.
Oh really?
Like I didn't think they were very cute dogs because they get so fat and literally they're so round. Like if you pushed them over and you were anywhere near a hill, they wouldn't be able to stop themselves. They just roll and they'd be fine because it's just like aerodynamics. Like you gotta look them up. They're hilarious. Sometimes I just like laugh when I'm on Instagram. I just look at all the fat healers. Did you expect? Has he done any puppy things that you just like are harder than you imagined? Because this is your first puppy, right? Technically.
Yeah. So my Mikey, when we got him, he was 9 months old when we got him. So versus like 4 months with Jojo. So Mikey, he didn't really bite that much. He was kind of like over that. We just had to throw him the ball, and that was basically it. And that's all he really needed. Most challenging is getting him to stop biting playfully or destructively. So that's the hardest part. Just learning how to train that out. Like teaching him some of the commands isn't that hard. Like, it just takes practice, but like the biting is challenging because he wants to play, and then he gets all over you, and then
That's not too bad because that'll go away with time. I think for me, one of the harder thing is training consistently because I know I can go get training, but it's just so weird during these times and it's kind of expensive. So I've been trying to like take it on upon myself, but it's really difficult. I don't know if it's just me or if it's this
well, it's
dog.
definitely you. Let's get the record
Oh my
straight.
God. 100%. 100. That's what everyone's it's always the dog owner. You know what? Maybe it's my turd of a dog, okay? You know what? I will give some people some credit. Some dogs are just freaking turds.
It's like a nature versus nurture, and I'm leaning towards the nurture aspect in this one.
Your dog sounds nicer than my dog.
My dog's a delight. He's very bitey. My brother is part of our bubble, and so he comes over sometimes, and he jumps a lot on him, and he's got to learn the boundaries. He'll just like sit on you. I can't work out in my room with him in there. There's one time where I was on the ground, like ready to do whatever ab thing or whatever I was doing, and he was on my bed, and then he seriously just jumped straight off onto the bed, right onto me. He got his like dirty paw prints on my shirt, which I don't care, but just adds to the drama. And he almost hit me in my private part. He missed, but was really close.
He was gonna do it on purpose.
Well, he missed, but he has got me there before.
Oh, you know, it'd be a fun trick. I've seen dogs that like wipe their paws when they come back inside. It's really cute.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That that'd be a good one. You know when dogs do the thing where they're like looking and they have one paw lifted up? I really want to get a picture of him doing that. But that's
Oh
hard.
yeah, dude, dogs are well, they're harder to take pictures of than I thought. It's weird.
I mean, maybe that's on you though. You ever think about that one?
I think it is. You know what? I've never been a big dog person, so maybe
No,
maybe it just like transfers over.
no, it's
Like I love my dog.
no, Leanne. It's really hard because they're moving a lot. You want to have like a tighter focus, right? So you don't have a lot of wiggle room. As otherwise, you have to like crop your photo so much.
So are you gonna start a separate Instagram for your dog that's like only your dog?
I thought about it, but I'm not going to because I'll just post them on the current Good Boy Podcast account because and just share them there as part of the content flow. There are definitely people who like start it and then they get like sponsorships and all of that, and I'm not looking to do that for this dog.
Wow, you don't think he has the potential?
He has the potential.
Then you better go for it.
I did not get this dog to make money. Like that is not the intention.
Well, you kind of have a working dog now.
Yeah.
He's got like a different goal. You also, you know, would be super cool for your dog since he's kind of more like a hunting breed. There's like things you can do to play games with him. That's where you put stuff in the grass, squish it in there like hot dogs or treats or whatever,
Oh
and then
yeah.
he'll go and sniff them out.
We could probably do something like that.
Yeah. And then you can go to Big Five and they have antlers and things like that, and you can get him hooked on a scent. So if you ever wanted to go hiking to like
Oh, that's
find
cool.
like antlers, he would do it for you. In case you ever wanted to just change hobbies and get into
Yeah,
hunting,
I mean he's like so he's super
you
smart.
could do
Like
that.
I just started teaching him shake just on his own. I would just have him sit. I would just take his paw and be like shake, and then give him a treat. And then eventually he just shortly after that he started shaking, and now he loves it too because he shakes and then he can easily start biting your wrist.
He's like, oh, perfect, a treat.
Yeah, like that's partially why he loves hug. He has to jump on you, and then your hand's right there, so he can bite it. Uh, I, I haven't verified this, but I'm pretty sure like he bites my clothes is because he thinks it's my scruff. Because he probably thinks we're both puppies.
Oh,
It doesn't hurt me.
right.
I mean, I have said ow. That was a thing for a while too of like trying to say ow to get him to stop, but he wouldn't.
Dude, my dog doesn't care anymore. He's like, ow, really? He's like, I know what you actually sound like when you're hurt.
Has he actually hurt you?
He
Like
hasn't.
bit you hard?
Well, yeah, so like one time I was grabbing the ball from him and he likes to chew the ball before he hands it over and he gets like really into it and I tried to pull it out of his mouth and he caught my hand and I did like a whole dramatic because it actually really did hurt. And his like ears went back and he like laid down on the ground and then he like came up and started licking my face like he was like apologizing and stuff. And that
Yeah.
lasted like 20 seconds and then he was like, "Okay, let's play."
He's like, okay, you're good
Yeah,
now
he's like,
though.
"Get over it. Like I fixed it."
My main way to tire him out is chase him out back in the backyard. Luckily, we have a large backyard, so I can chase him. Aside from being like the best cardio I've had in a while, which is good. Since he's still, I don't know if it's because he's small or just his attention span, but he'll be holding, like he likes to hold something in his mouth. So usually it's the tennis ball. and he'll hold the tennis ball and then he'll just drop it. Brain fart, sees something, gets distracted, he'll drop it and then he has to chase it down. And then I found out recently that he really likes sticks. He's a stick kind of dog. And we have all sorts of like random small twigs and branches. The other day I was chasing him just with the ball and he was just not really into it. And then he found a stick and then he turned it up a gear and was going crazy.
I don't know what it is about sticks, man, but they win over balls all the time.
Sticks are better than balls, yeah. They like the wood, right?
Does he eat the stick? Does he break them?
He does. He does eat them. Our
Wow.
stairs are currently covered in like wood chips and
Oh, there's where you went wrong. No,
side.
no sticks in the house. Waylon will like bring a stick to the door and he'll drop it. Like he knows no more freaking sticks in the house because he used to wood chipper them all over and they hurt. Like you step on them and it's a splinter in your own home.
Oh, the other day, like he took like a legit piece of a really thin piece of wood that we had. That was way too long for him to be carrying it, and so I grabbed it from him, and I got two splinters. I was like, "Oh man, this is not supposed to happen. You're just supposed to be cute and run around. I'm not supposed to get splinters and have to like do surgery to get them out." I'm exaggerating on the surgery.
Sure.
Yeah, he loves sticks, and so we have a dog door though, so like he can just
Oh.
bring them in on his own. So that's really hard to manage.
Yeah, I don't. Well, the doggy door makes it difficult.
Quick to teach him how to use, so that was cool. That's part of the poop process, but
Was he scared of it?
no, he just needed to
Oh,
know like just push it. He's very trainable, and so I look forward to doing that. He loves treats, so he's food motivated, but he's not like food crazy. He doesn't go crazy when we're eating dinner or anything. Most listeners probably don't know this, but another like hobby of mine is I like to make pizza. For a while, it was just so annoying making pizza with the dogs because they go crazy. They Did I ever show you the picture of Mikey covered in dough,
yeah,
or
I
in
think I
flour?
saw
His
that
face
one.
covered in flour. Yeah, so just like stuff like that. And they made pizza the other day, and he was just standing there. Jojo's just standing there. I'm like,
Well, what
this
if
is
he
great.
doesn't know how good pizza is
Like,
yet?
he
It'd be a
probably
great
doesn't,
photo is
but
like
he could
is if
smell
he was
it.
holding a piece of pizza in his mouth.
That would be
I
a
feel
good
like some
photo.
dog people would like
Um,
frown on that, because they're not supposed to eat pizza. But my dog loves pizza, and it'd be a good photo.
how do you give him pizza, or
No,
do you
he
steal
doesn't
it?
steal food. He's actually very good about it, but he does get to eat an unusually large amount of people food. We went to my boyfriend's aunt's house, and they they gave him some pizza while we were there.
You're giving him pizza, and then you're calling him fat.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm gonna fat shame him.
Don't
Absolutely.
no fat shaming on this podcast. I know you're the host on this one, but
My dog is a blue heeler, and if I don't fat shame him, he will be a round freaking bowling ball.
and then that's how he'll move, right? He'll just roll.
Yeah, he'll just roll around, especially since I taught him how to roll over, which is pretty hilarious. What are your goals for this dog? Where do you see yourself in this dog in 5 years?
This is a job interview. Geez, I don't know. My goal, I wanted to be able to teach him some additional commands. I want him to be able to listen. Not too far. We have like a dog beach. He's not ready for it yet, but I want to be able to take him there and be able to like call him from far away and have him come and just be able to take him places and not worry. One of the challenges right now in the pandemic is like having him socialize with other dogs. And
Yeah.
the other day I was walking him and he was kind of looking back and there's this woman with her dog and I was like, so some people, because of the pandemic, some people just are like, I don't even want to be near anyone.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because of the pandemic. Maybe they're always like that. I don't know.
Maybe they thought you were a weirdo.
They're like, who's this who's this suspicious looking guy with this cute puppy? This is too good to be true. And this woman, like, she was kind of just like gaining on us, and I was like, hey, is it okay if our dogs say hi? And she was like, sure. And she said she had an 8-month labradoodle, and she was like 40 something pounds. She was like size wise like twice as big as Jojo, and they got to play for a few minutes, and that was just so great because they're both puppies. They don't have any of those like territorial stuff. It's just pure play, and it was actually on the I was on the phone while it happening, and so the person I was talking to I was like, they were cool with it, but I was just like, oh, like afterwards, like, oh, sorry, like this is so rare to happen that I just had to have it happen. And then we also had him. I was gone when this happened, so I didn't see it. But he did meet a friend of the show, Jack. His dad has a golden retriever named Toby, who I talked about a few episodes ago. And he came over and they got to play. And so he's like one, but he's like 90 pounds. He's a big guy. The dog, not the friend, not Jack.
Hey, Jack, he's calling you fat.
And they got to play, and so that was really good because he just loves jumping and playing. That's what he needs. I'm gonna try to do some socialization as the best I can, but it's hard right now. Um,
Yeah, it's really hard. I think, just like even letting him see people, even if he doesn't like get to go up on them, on walks and stuff, it's still a good experience. But yeah, it's really hard to socialize puppies right now, which I think you agree. Yes, Waylon. Yeah,
so my goal is to have the best dog ever, and I think you'll get.
the
I
best
think
dog
I think you'll get there.
ever. Are you gonna register him as like a service animal?
No,
No?
no,
All right.
he's a well trained family dog, dog of the community, but no official capacity like that.
You should just take him to work one day. Just like don't tell anyone and just keep him there the whole day. Let him do whatever he wants.
I mean, he would love that. Everyone would love that.
Yeah, that would be a ton of socialization.
That's a good idea. I'll do that.
I know. I'm a genius. Are you gonna get him like some jackets and clothes and stuff to go?
I don't know. So he's got really short fur. So if I take him somewhere cold, I probably would need to get him something. Currently, I don't plan to get him anything. But I shared this on my personal Instagram account. But I took a picture of him and I like a Christmas theme picture because we had this Santa hat that had like dog paws on it, had a little strap, and he did not want to wear it because he just wanted to bite it. And so in the picture, it's like wrapped around his neck, like hanging down from him. And then I was wearing a Santa hat, and he kept trying to bite the little ball. So he's not ready. I don't think he's ready for like that quite yet. I guess it depends on what the clothes are, but he would look great.
He'd be a snappy dresser.
Yeah, I think so. My dog hasn't pooped or peed on a walk yet.
What?
He just doesn't at home.
Oh. You know what though? That took a while for my dog to learn, especially on a leash, because he was so used to being off leash when we went on a lot of walks and stuff that he could just go wherever he wanted. And now he's on like a short leash. So it was like a learning curve for him to go to the potty while
I
being.
mean, it's fine for me. I'm so glad I don't have to pick up dog poop like on the walk. Like it's great. Like I hate carrying around poo or you get it on your hand.
Ew, why would
What am I
you get it on your hand? You have to use a
because
bag.
my dog is big and he took giant
We'll
poops.
get extra big
Like
bags.
like you said, Waylon was like 40 pounds. My dog was like 80 something pounds.
Yeah, well, my dog, he has man turds too.
But mine had like bigger man turds.
Ugh, that's gross.
It's nature.
Yeah.
Leanne, thank you for having me on my podcast. Um, I really like the idea of you talking to me about my sweet little puppy Jojo, who's officially the best dog in the world. I'll send you a picture of the medal to verify that. But thank you, the listener, for listening. This podcast is available on all podcast platforms. Apple, Spotify, Google. There's always like weird ones people ask me if it's on. It should be on there if you find other podcasts there. If not, let me know. Follow the show on Instagram. I've been trying really hard to make the community grow, and it's been getting there. We crossed 1,000 followers on New Year's Eve. So thank you for following. Thank you for listening. And please share the show with friends, family, coworkers, enemies, anyone you think might be interested. Say, hey, check this out. This is a nice little podcast. Thank you, and keep petting those dogs.
Bye.